What's up, yogis? Just setting up the stream here. If you're just tuning in on Facebook or YouTube at Donovan Corey, you can pick your platform. By now, we're all really used to practicing yoga online, I imagine, so pick whatever works best for you. Playlist, there's a link to it in the description, and also a link to the Zoom for happy hour afterwards. It's going to start at 6:15, so we have some time to roll up our mats and get situated, grab whatever you need. For class today, if you happen to have a block or a book or a six-pack, any of those things will work pretty well. You're not going to need it a whole lot, just at one point in class, so have it nearby if you think you might need it. And again, just starting a couple minutes early to give everyone time to get settled in and situated. Hope you guys are doing really well. And for those of you that don't know, usually the first Wednesday of every month, I've been hosting a yoga happy hour at Monument City Brewing. They're over on Haven Street on the east side of Baltimore. It's been really, really successful, and Monument City is awesome. Obviously, we can't do it now because everything's closed down. So I thought it would be really fun to do it virtually. So we're going to practice for 60 minutes and then have a little Zoom happy hour afterwards. I think it'll be great, and I really miss you guys a lot, so it'll be fun to see y'all, even just virtually or over Zoom, FaceTime, whatever you want to call it, and hang out for a little bit and maybe catch up. So we've got about one more minute to start. Go ahead and queue up your Spotify, your playlist, whatever you got. Get your mat situated, and if you're joining in, if you're ready to go, then you can go ahead and start to meet me in easy seated pose, Sukhasana. I'm going to crisscross your legs and sit up nice and tall. And I'm facing sideways on my mat so that I can see you guys, and you can see me. But you'll probably be facing the front of your mat. Yeah. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Relax your arms down, and you can lay your forearms on your knees or your inner thighs. And just start to get situated. It's just about that time to begin, so I'm going to go ahead and start my playlist over here. You can go ahead and start your music up if you like to listen to music. And once you get situated in your easy seated pose, sit up nice and tall. Imagine stacking your shoulders over your hips and the crown of your head directly over your sits bones. Relax your shoulders down. And if your arms are comfortable on your legs, then you can keep them there, or you can place them in your lap with your palms facing upwards and stacked on top of one another. A meditative mudra, a hand gesture meant to promote inner focus. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, breathe out. And just like that, breathe in deep, fill up. And open mouth, exhale. This time roll your shoulders up towards your ears as you breathe in. And then exhale, let your shoulders come down and release. And seal your lips, start breathing in and out through your nose. And keep your breathing rhythm strong and steady and deep. Maybe set an intention for your practice if that's something that you like to do. You're welcome to share my intention today, which is to know that you're not alone. It's kind of been my intention for the past week. As we're all holed up inside, quarantined, and keeping our distance from one another, it's easy to get lonely. And feel very separated, very isolated. But we're all in this together. Just like your practice today, and just like our happy hour later, we're all still together. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, release. And then open your eyes, let your legs out in front of you and lie down on your back. I'm going to turn so I'm facing the same way that you will be on your mat. Lay your legs out long in front of you and roll your spine down onto your yoga mat. And take a deep, full body stretch when you get there. Inhale, get long through your fingertips to your toes. And then as you exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest and give it a tight squeeze. And breathe in as you do and pull your knee closer towards your armpit, so more towards the outside of your body. Deepening the stretch on the inside of your right thigh, and your groin, maybe even your psoas. And breathe in. Then exhale, let your right leg go long, and inhale, pull your left knee in, giving it a tight squeeze. Half Apanasana, Ekapada Apanasana, half wind removing pose. Pull your knee closer to your left armpit. Breathe in. And exhale, let that leg go long. Inhale, draw both knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. And give yourself a big hug. Maybe lift your chest up towards your thighs, or tuck your forehead into your knees. And breathe in. And then exhale, reach underneath your knees, grab your hamstrings, start rock and rolling forwards and backwards. When you have enough momentum, rock and roll your way all the way to your tabletop. And place your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. You'll find a flat back, make sure your wrists are in line with your knees, and untuck your toes. And pull your shoulders back and the top of your head forwards. Then as you breathe in, come into your cow pose, drop your belly down, lift your heart, gaze high, and raise your hips. Good. Exhale, round your back, find your cat pose. Push your tailbone forwards, draw your belly button towards your spine, and tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow. Push your shoulder blades through your heart. And exhale to your cat. Around your back, push your palms into your mat. One more time with me. Inhale to your cow pose. This time, roll your elbows to point more back behind you and your biceps to face the front of your mat. Keep your arms there and exhale as you round and send your tailbone through your arms. And then flow through your own cats and cows. Start waking up your spine. And if you want to add in other movements, maybe side body stretches, maybe roll your hips. And if you're tuned into the Spotify playlist, then you can kind of just sway around to some Wyclef. Now you know what you're missing if you're not listening to the Spotify. And on an exhale, return to your tabletop, flatten out your back. Then inhale, cow pose. Again, this time raise your right leg up behind you and bring your toes to the back of your head. Lift your chest, lift your right knee a little higher. And then exhale, round your back, bring your knee in toward your nose. Find your cat pose with your shin lifted off of the floor. Inhale, lift it back up behind you. Lift your gaze, lift your heart. Exhale round, bring your knee back in towards your face. Inhale, lift it up. This time, on your exhale, tuck your left toes behind you. And then inhale, three-legged dog. Raise your right leg up. Push your palms down. And extend your right leg out, back behind you. Try to drop your right hip down so it's level with your left hip. And bring your right knee in towards your chest. Shift your weight forwards and softly step all the way through to a low lunge. And right away, drop your left knee down. Keep your right knee stacked over your right ankle. Untuck your left toes behind you to help with your balance, and inhale to your crescent moon, Anjaneyasana. Now twist your hips into place, send your left hip to the front and your right hip to the back, so they're square underneath your shoulders, and both hip points are situated at 9 and 3 o'clock. Pull your biceps by your ears, keep your back as straight as possible, and drop your shoulders down. Take another breath in. And then exhale, lower your hands down, frame your right foot, tuck your left toes, and lift your left knee up. Inhale as you raise your right arm up behind or up to the sky or your ceiling. Pull your right hip in, feel your glutes engage. Stack your shoulders. And breathe in one more time. And then exhale, plant your right hand down. And inhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. And make it real organic, yeah? Make it smooth, just kind of move around. It's not perfect, you're just waking up your body. Stretch your sides, maybe even sway from side to side, and do your down dog thing. And inhale back up on your toes. Exhale, lower your knees down. And return to your tabletop. Now inhale, cow pose. This time raise your left leg up. Bring your toes to the back of your head and gaze high. Exhale, round your back. Bring your left knee to your nose. Lift your shin from the floor. Inhale up. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift it back up. Tuck your right toes on your exhale, and then inhale to your three-legged dog on this side. Raise your left leg up behind you. Drop your left hip down and push your right hip up. But exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Shift your weight forward softly. Step your foot between your hands for your low lunge. Drop your right knee down, untuck your right toes. Inhale, crescent moon on this side, Anjaneyasana. Right hip to the front, left hip to the back, shoulders down. And if you turn your palms to face behind you, you can drop your shoulders down even more. Turn your pinkies in and roll your armpits towards your heart. Take another breath in. Then exhale, lower your hands down on either side of your left foot. Tuck your right toes and lift your right knee. Inhale your left arm up and twist in the opposite direction. Open it. Again, stack your shoulders, pull your left hip in. Oh, hi Chantal, I just saw your message on the Facebook. Keep reaching high, breathe in. And then exhale, lower your left hand down. And then inhale to your downward facing dog. Step your left foot back. Pedal out your dog here once again. Then this time work towards stillness. Push your chest towards your thighs. Let your heels come down. And hollow out your lower back. Really get long through your spine. And push a little bit more into your thumb and your index fingers. Take pressure out of your shoulders. On your inhale, wave forwards to your high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Keep your body nice and flat. And then exhale, lower your knees down to your mat. Untuck your toes. Bend your elbows, but don't let your shoulders come down past your elbows. And then inhale as you lift your chest up and push your palms harder into your mat. Try to release your shoulders down from your ears. And then exhale, lower all the way down onto your mat. Now inhale to your cobra pose, lift your chest up. You can float your hands if you like, but keep the tops of your feet down and maybe push so hard that your knees lift. Breathe in. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale back up. And exhale, lower. One more time, inhale up. And exhale down, tuck your toes on your inhale. Push yourself back up to your high plank. Try to keep your body nice and flat. It's like you're doing a push-up. And then return to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, walk your hands towards your feet. Come into your ragdoll at the back edge of your mat. You can sway side to side if you like. Maybe grab opposite elbows. If you grabbed opposite elbows, inhale as you release your hands to the floor. Heel toe your feet towards one another, big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins, flatten out your back and gaze directly down. Draw your shoulder blades together and pull your belly button up into your back. Exhale, release, come back down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Salute the sun. Bring your hands together to touch and gaze up and stretch out the sides of your body. Exhale your hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, lift back up. Squeeze your quads so that your knees lift up towards your hips and away from your mat. And reach your fingertips so you can get them to go. Then exhale, fold forwards. You can swan dive if you have room. If you're going to hit your window, then maybe bring your hands through heart center and shift forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, come back down. But inhale, rise all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway. One more time through, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. This time on your exhale, plant your hands down. Walk forwards to your high plank. Keep your body nice and flat. Shift forwards on your inhale. This time you can keep your knees lifted if you want. As you exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale through your upward facing dog or your cobra pose. If your knees are down, it's your cobra. If your knees are lifted, push more to the tops of your feet. Engage your quads and send your hips forwards. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe out. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, shift forwards to your high plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower down, or keep your knees lifted. Inhale through your upward facing dog or your cobra, your back bend. And exhale, your downward facing dog. And breathe in. And open mouth, exhale, breathe out. Good. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your big toes together, leave a space between your heels. And then on your exhale, fold forwards. Now, bend your knees, sit your hips towards your heels, and make sure your knees don't come past your toes. On your inhale, reach your arms out in front of you, but keep looking at your toes. Sit your hips a little bit lower down. And take a breath out. And then on your inhale, stay low in your seat and rise up to your chair pose, Utkatasana. Feel your quads and your hamstrings start to turn on, yeah? Now push your tailbone forwards once you get up there. Drop your shoulders and palms back behind you with your pinkies turned in. Keep your chest lifted. And make sure you're feeling it in your legs. So if you're squatting too low, you're just kind of hanging out here and you're sticking out your butt. But take that torque out of your butt, send it forwards. Yeah, work your leg muscles, breathe in. Stay low in your seat and exhale to your chair, plane fly, your arms behind you. With your palms face down, so your shoulders are externally rotated, pull your pinkies together. And lift your hands high up above your hips so your triceps contract and the backs of your arms start to build strength. Now your left leg is going to come up with you. On your inhale, rise up to your single leg mountain. Arms up, palms back, and left knee to hip height. Flex your left foot, so point your left toes towards the ceiling. And flex your right butt cheek so your right hip lifts up and your left hip anchors down. And find the base in your right leg. Breathe in. Good. On your exhale, low flying lunge. So you're going to move very, very slow. Bend your right knee and step your left foot to the back, and you're going to chair plane your arms, just like you did a second ago. Once your left toes make contact, if you need to, you can wiggle them backwards and widen up your stance, or inch your right foot further forwards. Either way, it's going to help the wider your feet are away from one another. Keep your chest lifted. Pull your hands back and find 45 degrees in your body from your left heel up through your leg and out the crown of your head. Arms reaching back. Push into the sole of your right foot. And then inhale to your high crescent lunge, arms up. Again, drop your shoulders, and as you rise, just like your crescent moon, pull your left hip in and draw your right hip back. You feel that twist in your hips. Yeah? You can put a slight bend in your left knee if it helps, otherwise try to keep it lifted and push your left heel back behind you. Take another inhale. And then exhale, open arm twist to your right side, left hand to the front and right hand to the back. If that's a lot on your lower back, bring your right hand to your lower back for support. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips, and the more you're squeezing your right butt cheek in, the more you're engaging your glutes, the easier your balance is going to be and the more you can twist. Now, this is going to be a big transition on your inhale. You're going to cartwheel open to your first Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana B. So I'm going to set this up, and that's how you get there. And I'm going to switch sides so that you can see what I'm doing. Bend your right knee a lot, push it forwards, and look back at your left foot. Make sure your left foot is angled a little more like 45-ish degrees, maybe like 70-ish degrees. So your heel's behind your toes, and you can push your right knee further to the right side of your mat. Arms lifted, hands maybe slightly above your shoulders, just a little bit. Take another breath in. Reach forwards. And then exhale to your extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Right arm inside your right leg as your left arm lifts up to the sky. It's like your low lunge twist, just opposite direction and your back foot angled. Bend your right knee a little bit more. And then inhale as you reverse your warrior. Your left arm can come down your left leg or behind your back. Reach your right arm up, 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 and then back. Try to lift more than you collapse, right? You don't want to crunch into your left ribs. You want to pull up. If it helps, bend your right knee even further. Breathe in. Good. On your exhale, low lunge, cartwheel down. Frame your right foot, point your left toes to the front. Now keep your hands on your mat. And on your inhale, use the strength of your right leg to shift your weight forwards and float your left leg up behind you, supported Warrior Three, or standing splits, whatever you would like to call it. Now try to parallel your hips with your mat, so drop your left hip down, even if it means lowering your left foot. Your left foot might not even get that high, that's okay. You want your right hip up and your left hip down. Take another breath in. Exhale, fold, step your left foot down. Good, bend your knees, sit your hips, inhale to your chair pose, Utkatasana, arms up. Exhale, chair plane, arms fly back behind you. Right leg lifts this time, inhale, single leg mountain, right leg up. I'm going to switch sides once again, but you guys are still facing the front of your mat. So right knee to hip height, anchor your left foot into your mat. Drop your shoulders down. Flex your right foot and pull your biceps back by your ears. Breathe in. Very slowly on your exhale, bend your left knee and step your right foot way back. Way back. Slower you go, the more strength you build. And we're gonna flow through this faster a couple times after this, so take your time this first time moving through, yeah. Go nice and slow. And set up a blueprint of each posture in your muscle memory so that you can come into it and move out of it faster when we flow. Arms lifted behind you with your palms face down. And then inhale to your high crescent on this side. Pull your right inner thigh towards your left inner thigh, and then pull your left hip back. But keep the lunge in your left knee. So keep bending your knee, pushing it forwards. I lost my balance looking at something happening outside the window. Dangerous of practicing at home. Shoulders down, right hip in. Take another breath in. And then exhale, twist. Right hand to the front, left hand to the back. Pull your left hip in, squeeze tight, and again bring your left hand to your lower back if you need it for support. Otherwise, try to keep your arms level and lifted and your shoulders over your hips. Warrior 2 on your inhale, make it big and dramatic, cartwheel your arms and fidget your way in. Slide your right heel further back behind you. Go ahead and take a look. Bend your left knee even more and push it out. So your Warrior 2 is a hip opener. You want to focus on bringing that left knee to the left side of your mat. As you bend and gaze over your left fingertips, find a strong warrior. And push into the outer edge of your right foot so you feel the top back edge of your right leg working. Arms working strong, reaching forwards and backwards at the same time. So actually reach. Then inhale, lean forwards. And exhale, extended side angle, left arm down, right arm to the sky. Now you can gaze up or you can gaze over towards the right side of your room or down, whatever is good for you. Your hand can float or you can place it all the way down. It's your choice. But pull your right shoulder further back, deepen your twist. Bend your left knee a little bit more. And then inhale as you reverse your warrior. Left arm up and back, and more up than back. Lift and lengthen. Bend your left knee more than you think you should, so you recommit to your lunge and pull your right shoulder back so you recommit to your twist. Inhale. And then exhale, lunge, cartwheel down, frame your left foot, point your right toes to the front. Both hands stay down. Inhale, float your right leg up behind you, supported Virabhadrasana 3. Drop your right foot a little bit if you need to in order to drop your right hip. You can also bend your left knee a little bit if it helps lift your left hip. Taking out the balance component with your hands down, you should be focused a little bit more on what's happening up in here. Take another breath in. And exhale, fold, step your right foot down next to your left. Sit your hips low. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, chair plane, fly your arms back behind you, and then this time, push your toes down and float your heels. So you turn your chair plane into a drinking bird. Keep your chest lifted, maybe even sink a little bit deeper down, but stay on your toes. Stay on your toes. Stay on your toes as you inhale to your chair pose and high heels. Keep working the backs of your legs. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. This time your way through. Place your hands down and make your way. Inhaling through your upward facing dog. And exhaling to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, breath out. One more like that, breathe in. And open mouth, exhale, release. Alright, now we're going to flow through all that a little bit faster, linking breath with movement. And this should be fun. It's a relatively simple flow, but if you do get lost, it's all good. It's just yoga, and you can find your way or do your own thing. You're on your mat in your house, yeah? Breathe in, look forwards. Exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, chair, plank. Single leg mountain, left leg, inhale. Exhale, low flying lunge, step it back with control. Inhale, high crescent, rise up. Exhale, open arm twist. If your breath is faster or slower, then follow your breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, supported warrior three. And exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, sit low, arms up. Exhale, chair, plank. Inhale, single leg, right leg lifts this time, Ekapada Tadasana. Exhale, low flying, step back. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, twist left. Good, inhale, warrior two, open up. And exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, supported warrior three. Exhale, fold, step it down. Inhale, chair. Exhale, drinking bird, float your heels. Inhale, chair pose on your toes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Good. Find your breath, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, breathe out. One more time, inhale. And exhale, release. Cool, so let's do that again. This time we're going to add on a few postures as we work our way through. So pay attention, but find your flow, and if you happen to do something else in your practice, it's your practice, and let me know what you did in happy hour afterwards. Gaze forwards, inhale. Exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sit low, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, left leg lifts up, Ekapada Tadasana. Exhale, low flying lunge. I'll let you know when the change is coming. Inhale, high crescent, rise up. Exhale, twist. Now here's your change. On your inhale, exalted warrior. Bring your right hand to your left thigh and your left arm up. If this twist is too much for you, you can bring your right hand to your hip and just lean back, take a back bend like this. Otherwise, really wring your torso out like a sponge or a wet washcloth. And draw your right shoulder back. And the more you twist your right hip in, the more you can twist. It's kind of like reverse warrior, switching directions, adding a little bit of a twist. Yeah. Push your left heel further back to lift your left knee even higher. Bend your right knee a little more. Take another inhale. This time on your exhale, warrior two. So almost the same transition. Cartwheel your arms, open up. Virabhadrasana. Now let's give your right leg a bit of a break. As you inhale, dancing warrior, straighten your front leg. Raise your arms up overhead, bring your palms together to touch and look up. Warrior two in your legs, Urdhva Hastasana in your arms. Breathe in. Exhale, draw your hands through heart center and return to your warrior two. Breath and movement, inhale, rise, dancing warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale up. And on your exhale to your warrior two, come straight into your extended side angle, right arm down and left arm high. Now we're going to pause and change this up again. Look down at your toes. Take a breath in and slide your left foot towards your right heel. And then exhale to your balancing half moon. Float your left leg up away from your mat. Flex your left foot, point your toes up, or out rather. And your right hand can stay lifted. You can place it on your mat, or if you have a book or a six-pack, you can place it underneath your right hand for a little bit of support. And try to pull your inner thighs away from one another and keep your left shoulder over your right shoulder so your torso is still twisted. Find your balance. Somehow I'm actually better without a block. On your inhale, start to bend into your right knee and very slowly exhale as you return to your warrior two. Good. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg and reach back. It's like your warrior and your dancing warrior combined. You're just taking a bend out of your right knee in your reverse warrior. Pull your right fingertips away from your right toes. Breathe in. And then exhale, lunge. Frame your right foot. Pivot your left toes forwards. On your inhale, float your left leg up. On your exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Find your full warrior three this time. So same thing in your hips. Left hip is down, right hip is high. And you're creating a big T shape with your body this time. Torso in line with your left leg. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, tuck your left knee behind your right knee and sit your hips low, Shiva squat. Inhale, extend. And exhale, squat. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down. It's good for your legs. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, fold. Sweet release. Try talking through all that. No, just reset your back. Take a halfway lift on your inhale. And then exhale. Fold, release. Good. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, arms up. Exhale, chair plane. We're on to the other side. Your right leg lifts up. Give it a break. Inhale. Exhale, low flying lunge. Good. Inhale, high crescent lift up. And exhale, tear twist. And then again here, changing things up on your inhale, exalted warrior. Pull your butt cheeks together and reach your left hand down towards your right inner thigh. Reach your right arm up and back. Try to maintain your twist and maintain your lunge. Bend your left knee a lot. Again, option two, just take a back bend here if the twist is too much for you. But the twist should be good for your digestive organs. Take another breath in. And then exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel your arms if you have the room. And arrive in your Virabhadrasana. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg, arms up overhead, palms together. Stretch your side body out. And try to keep a slight bend in your left knee. Push into the ball mound of your left foot if it helps. Take another breath in. And then exhale, draw your hands through heart center and return to your warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift one more time. And exhale, warrior two. Good. Come into your extended side angle, left arm down, right arm high. Take a moment to pause. Try to notice your twist. Notice how much your right shoulder is drawn back and your torso is turning towards the ceiling. And then try to maintain that. On your inhale, slide your right foot forwards, keep your twist. And exhale, float your right leg up. Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Your left hand comes down to your mat, the space above it, or your block, or your prop, whatever you have. And inhale, start to bend your left knee, and exhale as you come down to your warrior two. Hopefully it was more graceful than mine. As you can see, I've got KT tape on my knee. It's all jacked up. On your inhale, reverse triangle Parivrtta, Trikonasana. Stretch open your left side. Pull up, up, up from your waist, and push the left ball mound, or the ball mound of your left foot down. Stretch open your left side. Breathe in. Exhale, lunge, frame your left foot, right toes to the front. Inhale, float your right leg up. And then exhale, hands to your heart, full warrior three. Find your balance. Use your core to lift up. Right hip down, left hip high. Take another inhale. Exhale, right knee behind your left knee. Sit your hips low, squat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. One more time, exhale, Shiva squat. There is no Sanskrit for this, it's totally made up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. It's a good leg exercise and it's good for your core. Reset your spine again. Inhale to your halfway lift, flatten out your back. And exhale, fold and release. Bend your knees, inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, drinking bird, fly your hands. Push your toes down, float your heels. Inhale, arms lift back up, chair pose with your heels up. And exhale, let it go, come on down. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, find your flow. Bend your elbows, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, lower your knees down to your mat. Swing your legs around in front of you. Take a moment to catch your breath. Say hi, leave a comment in the Facebook feed or in the YouTube if you're doing that. Take a sip of water, do what you gotta do. Take a breath asana if you like. But when you're done with all that, go ahead and lie down on your back. Bring your knees into your chests and then place your feet down on the floor and your fingertips behind your ears. Breathe in. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. And exhale, rise. Just some basic crunches. Keep your elbows wide and pull your lower back down onto your mat as much as you can every time you lift up on your exhale. Keep going. Find your Uddiyana Bandha, your abdominal lock. Squeeze and flex for 4, 3, listen carefully. In 2, and 1. Don't stop crunching, just send your legs up the wall. Keep lifting. Notice your lower back stays more connected. That's a good thing. Keep it there. Unless you want to lift your tailbone a little bit and get more into your lower abdominals, you can do that as well. Either way, keep your elbows real wide out of your peripheral vision as your chest lifts towards your thighs for 3, 2, straight leg bicycle crunches. In 1, come back down, then right elbow to left knee, hover your right leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your right, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right at your own pace. Keep it up, just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and breathe. Grab underneath your knees. Reach for your hamstrings. Rock and roll forwards and backwards until you have enough momentum to shoot. Just kidding. Rock up to your boat pose, Navasana. You probably only got that joke if you're listening to the playlist. Pull your chest towards your thighs. Lift your heart. Drop your shoulders down. When you're ready, release your hands. Make sure your chest stays lifted though. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, low boat, Ardha Navasana. Send your arms and your legs long. Keep them hovering though. Don't come all the way down. Pull your belly button in and don't forget to breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, low boat. Good. One more time. Inhale to rise. Exhale, low boat. Stay here and breathe for 4, 3, 2. Full body stretch in 1. Let it go. Release. Nice job. You gotta earn that happy hour. Alright, I hope you guys are having as much fun with this as I am. This is great. When you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Grab your hamstrings again, rock and roll forwards and backwards. Make your way to your downward facing dog, however you want to get there. If there's a chaturanga, if there's a somersault or a headstand, anything else that you got, anything that you need, you've got a couple breaths to take it. So go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just get to your downward facing dog in whatever way makes sense for you and take a deep breath in. Exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. On your inhale, float your right leg up behind you, 3-legged dog. Then exhale, bring your knee to your chest. And then softly step through to your low lunge. We haven't done this in a while. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, crescent moon, just like the beginning. Except this time, once you come up, eagle your arms with your left arm underneath your right. Wrap them together, bring your palms together. If they don't meet, bring the backs of your hands together or grab opposite shoulders. And then raise your elbows to shoulder height. On your inhale, tuck your left toes behind you. Lift your left knee up off of the floor. And then exhale to your eagle pose, Garudasana. Wrap your left leg over your right leg. And if your leg doesn't wrap around or if your balance is tricky, you can kickstand your foot. Or bring the top of your foot towards your right calf, whatever's good for your legs. Sit your hips low. Try to keep your back straight and find your Garudasana. Now keep your arms wrapped up. On your inhale, release just your left leg. It's like your single leg mountain with eagle arms. And then exhale to your balancing stick pose, Tulandasana. It's like warrior 3 with eagle arms. So lift your left leg up behind you. Keep your eagle arms wrapped up as you fly forwards. Start to bend into your right knee. Plant your left foot down behind you, about 45 degrees. If you need to look back and check, you can. You can try to line your heels up with one another to start. And then inhale to your eagle-armed warrior 1. Now, keep your arms wrapped up. I'm going to release just to show you what you need to do. You want to pull your right hip back and your left hip forwards, just like your high crescent lunge. It's much harder to do with the outer edge of your left foot pushed down into your mat at 45-ish degrees, and also with your arms wrapped up in front of your face. But find that warrior 1 in your legs and that eagle in your upper body. Now on your inhale, find a back bend. Keep your legs where they're at and just raise your eagle arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, humble warrior with eagle arms. Keep your arms wrapped up. Just tuck your elbows into your belly. Bring your right shoulder inside your right thigh and relax your neck. Now your legs should be working a lot here. You're pushing into the sole of your right foot and sending weight into the outer edge of your left foot. And on your inhale, release your eagle arms. And then exhale, come into a lunge. Inhale, star pose. You're going to open up. And I'm going to turn to face you in a second, but you're going to lift up into a big X shape. There we go. Hey guys. So lift your heart, breathe in, open up wide. Should feel really good on your arms after all that. Then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Push your heels out, toes in, and hinge forward at your hips, keeping your back flat and bringing your chest to your thighs. You can reach your arms out in front of you. You can grab opposite ankles if that feels good. Lean into the balls of your feet and stretch the back sides of your legs more. And on your inhale, you're going to come up only halfway to a flat back. Exhale, pivot to the front. Your hands are going to come inside your right foot. It's the opposite of where I'm at now because I switched sides to show you guys. And then you're going to step your left foot outside your left hand and come into your deep yogi squat. There is no other yogi squat. All yogis are deep. Push your tailbone forward. Joke never gets old, does it? All my yogis know. Push your tailbone forward, draw your shoulders back. Keep your spine straight and sit up tall. Now you've got a couple of options here. You can totally stay in your deep yogi squat. If you want to go deeper into your hamstrings, lift your tailbone a couple inches up. If you want to fly your frog, your knees stay outside of your triceps. Yeah? Your inner thighs are pushing against the back sides of your arms. You're going to place your arms down. Bend your elbows a lot. You need a big shelf. Rise up on your toes, kind of like you're drinking bird. And then lean forwards into your hands. And you want to grab your mat with your hands. Mine are off my mat, but yours will be on it, and that's a good thing. You want the palms of your hands and your fingertips pushing down, like you're squeezing mounds of your mat. Lean forwards, gaze just a couple inches in front of your fingertips, and then trust in your balance as you float your feet up off of your mat. Flex your feet, point your toes back, keep your elbows bent and in pretty tight. So you kind of want like chaturanga arms. Yeah, it's going to help with your support. Wherever you're at, take another breath in. And then exhale, hands down, step to your downward facing dog, or flow through a chaturanga if you like. And we'll have another opportunity to do that again on the other side, with an opportunity to go further if you would like. We'll make it into a crow pose on the other side, yeah? So this time around, on your inhale, raise your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale your left knee into your chest, step it through, low lunge, and drop your right knee down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, eagle arms with your right arm underneath your left this time. Wrap them up together. Palms together, backs of hands together, or I dream of genie, opposite shoulders. Elbows at shoulder height, and back straight. On your inhale, tuck your right toes and lift your right knee. And exhale, eagle pose. You can take a couple steps or one big one. And again, your balance might be different on this side, so you can kickstand if you need. Otherwise, try to wrap your toes towards your left calf. Elbows at shoulder height, back straight and hips low. Keep your arms wrapped up. On your inhale, release your right leg. Exhale, Tulandasana, balancing stick pose or warrior three with eagle arms, hinge forwards. Right leg floats up as your eagle arms come down towards your mat. And find the strength and balance in your left leg. Start to bend into your left knee. Exhale your right foot down 45-ish degrees. Go ahead and look back if you need to. And then inhale to your warrior one with your eagle arms. Right hip in, left hip back. Elbows up. Twist your hips into place. Push into that outer edge of your right foot. If that's hard to do, shorten up your stance or widen up your stance. Yeah. Whatever you need to do to find that twist in your hips and the lunge in your left leg. Inhale, raise your eagle arms high, back bend. Exhale, humble warrior with eagle arms. Elbows into your belly. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Focus on your leg strength. Inhale, release your arms, and exhale as you pivot your right foot. Inhale to your star pose. This time I'm on the right side, same as you guys. Arms up. If you want to take a different variation in your fold this time, reach your arms behind you and interlace your fingers. And take another breath in as you push your giant fist down towards the floor and raise your chest towards the ceiling. And exhale. Hinge forwards. Keep your chest expansion. So keep pulling your hands away from your body. Lean further into the balls of your feet. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulders, then let your arms go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn back to the front, both hands inside your left foot. Inhale as your right foot steps outside your right hand this time, and exhale into your deep yogi squat. All right. Now, same options as the other side. If headstand is in your practice and you feel like getting upside down in your house, then you're totally welcome to do that. I'm not going to teach that now because it's online and I'm not sure how I feel about that just yet. So we're going to work on crow pose on this side. If you're working towards your headstand, then that's on you. If you want to work into your flying frog, go ahead and give it another try. For crow pose, it's very similar to your flying frog, except you're going to bring your knees to your armpits, or more against your triceps. Rather than being on the outside, they're here. Yeah? Lift your hips up, bend your elbows a lot. Again, you want a big shelf for your knees. Rise up on your tippy toes, squeeze your mat just like you did with your flying frog, and then maybe float your feet. Now, if you get up into your crow and you want to try to straighten out your arms a little bit, it's counterintuitive. You want to try to pull your belly button up towards the ceiling, so engage more of your core, and that's taking your crow into a crane. So you've got your tricep shelf to start off with, and then you use your core to straighten your arms more. Take another breath in wherever you're at. And then exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog, your choice. When you get back to your downward facing dog, step your feet forwards, come down, take a seat. Lie down on your back. Bend your knees, give yourself a tight squeeze. And send your left leg out long in front of you. Keep your right knee in. Just like we did in the beginning, except this time, draw your right knee over to the left side of your body and send your right arm towards the right side. Gaze over your right shoulder, or reach your left arm out if you have room. If you're going to hit your wall, you can cactus your arm. If you like, you can also bind your legs, so bend your left knee up like eagle legs with your right leg on top. Tends to help you deepen the twist. Keep your right shoulder down. If it helps, lift your left shoulder up a little bit. Or try to gaze a little more to the right side of your mat. If you're listening to the playlist, I really love the cover of this song. Inhale back to center. Exhale your right leg out. Draw your left knee in and give it a tight squeeze, inhaling as you do. And exhale, send your left knee to the right side of your mat, arms to a T or a goalpost again. Gaze over your left shoulder. And maybe bind your legs if you like, but don't worry so much about where your knees or your legs end up. Just let them fall. Let your left shoulder come down and twist a little bit more. Next inhale, come back to center. And exhale, happy baby. Reach your arms between your legs, grab your feet, draw your knees down and maybe rock side to side. Make sure your lower back stays on your mat. And then when you're ready, bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself another squeeze, a little bit harder this time, a little bit deeper. Give yourself a hug. As if you're hugging everyone else and joining, knowing that you're not alone in your practice and whatever it is that you do or you're doing. Take another breath in. And then exhale, let it all go, and find your final Shavasana. Take a rest. Let your arms relax. Close your eyes down. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And let your feet splay off to the sides. As always, yogis, this is your practice. And I encourage you to remain in your Shavasana for as long as you like or you need. It's time for me to sign out and maybe get a Zoom started. So if you would like to join me, then wiggle your fingers and your toes, roll your ankles and roll your wrists. Gently wake yourself up. There's no rush. Take a full body stretch when it feels good for you. Draw your knees into your chest. And then whatever way makes sense for you, get to an easy seated pose. If that means rock and rolling, you can do that. If it means just sitting up or making your way through a fetal pose, you can do that as well. When you get there, sit up nice and tall, closing just the way we began, with your legs crossed, your back straight, and your eyes closed down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, draw your hands to your heart. And we'll seal our practice today joining in one sound of Om. Joining, coming together, even though we're apart, even though we're socially distant, we're not alone. So let's Om. First, take a deep breath in. Thank you so much, yogis out there, for joining me for the yoga part of Yoga Happy Hour. It's good to know that I'm not alone. I hope that there's people out there that joined. If not, then it's all good. Anyway, tune in to the Zoom if you want to hang out for happy hour afterwards. In the meantime, namaste. Thanks, guys. That was super fun. We've got about 10 minutes before happy hour starts, so you got time to roll up your mat, grab a drink, whatever you got, and you can't see this from where you're looking at, but the camera right now is propped up on my dining room table, which is tilted on its side against the wall with the rug rolled up underneath it. So I'm going to take that time to get my dining room situated back to normal. and I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Cool? Namaste.